Hello and welcome to Suzanne in France, and today it is our Tuesday talk, and today Suzanne is going to be talking about geo risks. That's the natural and environmental risks that may be present around a property that you may buy. Over to you, Suzanne.
We now have an obligation to have this on file for each property that we have on the market. It's a Geo Risk. You can ask whichever agent you go through to purchase a property, you can ask to see this report. So this will be on the file from the time the property goes onto the market. You can ask to have a look. It covers several main factors. So the property is firstly localised on a plan via the address. We try to get that as accurate as possible. And then you're looking at specifically at some factors. So the first one is flooding. Second one is earthquake, so whether there's any risk of earth movement. The next one is landslide, more landslide rockfall problems. And then we have to tell you whether there is clay in the subsoil. If there is and it's a high risk, it means that your property could end up with subsidence because it expands and contracts. Then there's radon gas, so there's a lot of that because it's naturally formed gas in the earth crust. And it, particularly in areas like this where we've got granite houses and we're built on granite bedrock, you will have a risk of radon in nearly all of the areas that we cover. With normal ventilation, that shouldn't be a problem. It's just if there isn't and you haven't, for example, got a concrete floor down in your house and things like that, you would be more at risk. But with normal opening and closing of doors and windows, that would be enough ventilation.
Okay.
We also look at whether you've got any dangerous pipelines under your land or nearby. That's a gas main, for example. And we look at a general pollution in the area. So you get ratings on these, so we've got either at your address and then in the commune itself.
Okay.
And sometimes this can look a bit scary because it says that the problem exists at the property. And so that then needs a little bit more investigation. For example, on this particular house, it says that there's flooding. And yes, there's a basement, and yes, further down behind the house on land that doesn't belong to the house, there may well be a risk of flooding because there's a stream going through.
Right.
But not necessarily at this house because it's set higher up. So really, they need to be read, but also analysed a bit, not just looked at and panicked about.
Because sometimes people can panic a little bit, but we would always tell you everything about the property in any event. So if there had been a flood, we would certainly tell you about that.
Anything that we know, we will be telling you. So there's the risks of floods. There are some sort of millennium storms and things like that always come up and things like that because there's flooding at the time. But this is just information. So let us know if you need information about a property specifically. Okay. We're at a feeble risk for earthquake in this area. But talk to us about it. We can give you more information.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.